What up friends, today I want to give you a tour of my apartment, but I'm not in my apartment because I didn't sleep in my apartment, because there was a problem. What's the problem, you ask? Well, let me just take you there. So I was basically walking around the Bastille just to find a really good angle for a time-lapse, and I just had to really try and find something good. So now we're gonna head back to my apartment and I'll finally give you a tour and talk to you about the problem.
See, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on two separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions.
Okay, friends, we're in. I'm just gonna take off my stuff and give you a quick tour. So I got a window, there's a couch, there's a small bar table to eat on, there's a teeny tiny kitchen, there's a bathroom and shower. Oh, this reminds me of the problem. Let me show you. So here's the shower, and this was clogged, meaning water don't go down. Now, when water don't go down, they fill up, and they fill in all of that. That's not good. In addition, there was no hot water in the first night, but that was another problem, but that's okay now. So anyway, I can't really stay here for at least 2 weeks, is what the guy that's responsible for this said. So I will have to move to a new place on Sunday, then spend a week there, probably a week and a half, and then come back here. Needless to say, I'm not very happy about it. I got here after a long way of collecting the keys and blah blah blah, and it sucked a bit, but it's okay, and I'm really starting to like this place, so I'm happy to at least know it will be fixed and I will be back here. So anyway, what I thought we'll do now is just settle down, get comfy, and I will take out my sketchbook and just show you sketches from the last month or 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't done it in a while, and there are quite a few new ones, okay? So let's get comfy and let's do this. Here's my Moleskine sketchbook. I will just start from the very beginning because there are so many sketches here that I just talked about and haven't really shown ever. So let's start with the very beginning. So this is a really interesting one because it's a sketch I actually did the last time I was here in Paris, and why I love it so much is that I actually use it in all my ads. Like when I sell my course and I show a picture, I use this picture so many times on my Facebook ads, and it's just really cool. This one is in Montmartre in Paris, and I just saw this building and I had to sketch it like a lonely building in the middle of the hill. Let me zoom in a bit, I think it'll be better. Okay, so now you can see a little more of the details. Just a really fun one when I was really immersed in the creation process. This is a good example, and you can see the difference and you can feel the difference. This one was really it was a really good level for me. I'm really pleased with this one. Next one we're gonna have to, I think, zoom out a little. So it's this one. I'm gonna zoom out a bit. And this is another nice oldie kind of sketch because I showed it as well from the previous time. I saw this beautiful tall building. I don't remember exactly the area. I think it was somewhere if you get off the metro in Montgalais, I think it's called, the station. So anyway, I just saw this very tall building, and it's just a good example of how you can improvise on the fly. I was like, it won't fit in any other way, so I just did like a huge spread of it, and just let me show you the details more up close. I'm really happy with how the car turns out, how the building turned out, how the birds, which were really an afterthought, turned out. Just really pleased with this one sketch. It took quite some time, and my fingers, like, I nearly froze them, and so it was really like a challenge, and I had to take it inside and just finish it in a little restaurant and just use a picture or memory, and yeah, just to keep all the shadows at the same direction and stuff like that. So let's move onwards. This one also from one of my videos, I believe the first video I did on spontaneous sketching. So let me zoom in back. So now you can see better. This one is a really interesting sketch. I actually did it on my first spontaneous sketching video that I also recorded my previous visit to Paris. So some of you may recognize it. I just really love how this one turned out. Really pleased with it, even though it was one of the simpler ones actually. Oh, this is nice. And I think it's really interesting because this one is based on a photo, on a picture I took in Bruges. Let me change the angle just a tiny bit. Okay, that's a little better. So this one is based on a picture, on a photo reference I actually put on my computer and then just went with it. And it's really interesting to see the different result, because usually things like this one that are done on the spot have more of a spontaneity to them. I really believe that. Also like this example as well. And I think being there has much more impact on you as an artist to really soak up the atmosphere. This one is definitely more well-rounded, it's more detailed, it was done more patiently, but there's just something to that spontaneity that I love. This one also some of you have seen. This one's just from the airport, couldn't finish his head. Just a really quick sketch that I also added a watercolor sky to. Really love this one. This one also some of you may have seen, some airport sketches. I'll try to go a little faster because it's just there's a lot. So Bruges, some of you also saw the video of spontaneous sketching. This one I did back in my hometown in Israel, and also outside on location, and you can see the sharp shadows, especially here on the fence. Just a lovely little house that I wanted to get on paper. My backyard, a lot of people have seen this also on Instagram. Just really fun to have vibrant colors when you're working outside, like plein air, just straight with the colors, almost no guidelines. The gate, the main entrance to our house, just a really quick one. It's not too pretty. I was just learning how to do this, so I have a lot of like ugly ones too. A monument back in my hometown as well, some trees, and what you will notice maybe when you again do this like plein air is that your ability to capture light and shadow really improves, so you can definitely feel the light and shadow in this one, but it's just less clear. The drawing itself is less clear, it's less comprehensible, it reads less than I would hope for, read less well than I would hope for. Less well, that's like worse than I would hope for. Yeah. So this one, another one in my hometown, just a gymnasium or gym or whatever you want to call it, like a big building though. Oh yeah, Akko, you've seen it in the video. Totally messed up, but had a lot of fun and just really cool result, I think. Just in my front yard, really flat, didn't get the feeling I wanted, but to be honest, I didn't really put too much effort into it. It was just a warm-up. Oh, this is the house that's in front of our my hometown house, and you may recognize it from the sketch I did of it. When I went to buy the mic, came back, I did a sketch of this very same house. I don't have it here on this sketchbook, it's on another one, but it's the same one. Just another house on the same street. Really fun to capture like the shadows and lights. You see it's a really rough, kind of rugged result. A nice panoramic view. Let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so this one, I really don't like the way it turned out, but I was still learning, and I just feel the greens here are too boring, too flat. They're just green. I should have probably created them like I'm starting to do now. The lights are pretty nice. It's clear where the light comes from. There's a good sort of feeling of like the light, basically. All the rest is, I could have definitely improved it. Oh, this is nice. Let me zoom back in. So this is just a really quick sketch that I did, and I really liked the result. It wasn't on location, it was based on a picture. And I can see that like a lot of things could have been better if I was actually there on location, but still I like that result pretty much. It's really nice, I think. Just a cool, quick sketch of a Mini Cooper parked on the same street of this house. Really fun. I really love this type of sketching. It's by the way really easier for me to sketch just single objects and not huge scenes that I need to think about what to simplify and things like this. Just a sketch that I stopped midway. I wasn't really feeling it. I think I aimed a little too high. It's actually the library in my hometown, and it's just huge, and I just gave up on it. I used a pen that wasn't so good, like the generic Pilot one. I didn't really connect with this one. But don't learn from me. Just, you know, stick to them if they have potential. I just quit here. Oh, some of these you've seen, I think. This one, just I think the way I captured the distance is really good. You can see that this mountain here is at the back. There are some bluish trees in the background, and it gets warmer the closer it gets to us. Just love this one. This one was also pretty cool in Tuscany. Strong shadows. You can see the drain pipe here. Drain pipe, I remember, someone taught me that. Thank you, I remembered it. The drain pipes sort of putting shadow on the building, and it just creates a beautiful contrast. There's this shrubbery here, trees, just beautiful, very classic of Tuscany, of Italy. Okay, what we have here? Here we have sort of haystacks. I did a bit, I have a few mistakes here. So I think it's all orange. That's like the main thing. It's just plain orange. And what I should have done is started maybe a little bluish, a little greenish, and slowly warm it up, or at least have some more variety. You know, here there's a bit of green. Also here I could have done it much more. I like the way the light and shadow turned out. I like the fact that there's smudges of wet and wet, but this is too orange for me. It's too warm. Next one is this winding road. I'm sure some of you have seen this one as well. Strong shadows, very strong contrasts. These sort of poles cast a shadow. Everything casts, a shadow to the right. Strong sunlight on these trees. Just a lovely scene. I really like this one. Oh, this is a nice panoramic view. Let me zoom out. So this one was done. It actually took me quite a long time to finish this. I think like 2 hours or 2.5 hours of just glazing more and more. Not too pleased with it. It feels a little flat. The shadows, I don't feel convey exactly what I wanted, but I do think the color selection is like excellent, and I do feel like the composition is great, and I really like the way these sort of stumps or signs on the road turned out with their shadow. So, you know, you can find really good things in every sketch, basically. You just need to really open yourself up and realize what you did do well and give yourself credit for that. Next, some airport sketches. Let me zoom back in. So yes, some airport sketches. Some of you may have seen this one from the video of me actually coming to Paris. Okie doke. This one also was on the video when I was sketching outside. It's the ugly or beautiful sketch. Just to clarify, I love it. I think it's beautiful because it has its own character. You can kind of see that it's a bit skewed, it's a bit off, but you know, it's lovely, and the conditions were so against me. It was raining, my pens were running out. I had to sketch like this because I didn't want to block the tripod and you won't see anything, so I was working at it like from the side at a really uncomfortable angle. So yeah, it's I love it. So I love this one. And if you want to see it together with the scene itself, I have it on my Instagram. That's Liron IL. I think I have a link somewhere in the description box or something like this. This is the description box. But anyway, this is just, I really love how this one turned out. It was hard work. So many small details. Let me show you just more up close of the windows and the shadow and the cross hatching. And I just had fun in Rivoli a few days ago, and I had a small audience, which was cool. Like a family was sitting to my right, and they were just looking at it and like the entire time. When people do that, I just smile at them to let them know it's okay. And I know a lot of people are afraid to interfere or to interrupt, but for me it's actually really easy to talk while doing such types of work. Maybe watercolor is a bit more challenging, but also I kind of enjoy talking in the meantime. So if you ever see me sketching out there, feel free to say hi. No problem about that. And I think we're actually done here. Oh, just one last... Oh, there are two more actually. Let me zoom back in. Okay, so this one was done in the video when I went to buy some new art equipment, Hotel de Ville area. I just love this. It's really simple, and I just chose to focus on two buildings. There were many more around, and I just love it that the light came sort of from behind the buildings and or a bit above, but still behind. And so this whole side was in the shadow. You can see it here, especially on the chimney structures. And also the top of the roofs, it's very subtle, but you can still see it here. And also here more clearly. Just the light is strong there. And so I really love this one, really quick one. Also was doing it uncomfortably. I really need to start bringing the big tripod, which I'm using by the way now, to do these kinds of works. Let's see, I think there's just one more. So remember the review I did of the Sennelier set? This was done with the Sennelier set. I have to say, it confuses me, really. Like, this set confuses me. I know that it's a bit different, it takes getting used to, so I will give it a few more chances. I don't really like the way it turned out, but luckily the drawing itself is good. I just feel like maybe I approached this the wrong way. Maybe I should have really started light and then glazed slowly with multiple layers. I was told here actually on YouTube in the comments that it's really Sennelier's kind of like multiple glazes is the best approach, and so I should probably apply that tip. But anyway, this is it. This is the last one, I believe. I have a few more pages to fill in, and this sketchbook will be done. And I really have been, you know what, let me change the angle and sort of conclude and wrap up this video. So just a few thoughts as we wrap up this video. Sketchbooks fascinate me, and the reason why is that it's just a consolidated memory. You have so many things from the same time period. You usually work on them like for a certain period of time, and it really characterizes a part of your life. And I think I really love them as much as, if not even more than, my final painting. So this is just really cool. If you don't have one, like, I really recommend you get one. It's easy to consolidate all of your work into one place, and it's just a really cool thing to have. Now I've been fooling around with the idea of actually selling this one day, and I don't know why I got that thought. It's so weird, but I just thought it would be really cool, or like gift it to someone important. I don't know, so I'll just kind of be fooling around with that idea for a while and see where it takes me. I don't know. And to really wrap up this video, I have a question for you, and I want you to leave your answer in the comment section below. Right now, as we speak, who do you want to gift a painting to? So let's say you do a painting, or even a drawing, or even a sketch, or a pen sketch, or whatever it is you do, sculpting. Who would you want to give physically as a gift your work of art? And if it's a personal question, you know, feel free not to answer, it's totally okay. But if you do want to share, feel free to share it below. And if not, you can just share what you thought of this video and what you thought of my sketchbook, and how would you rank it from 1 to 10? No, really, you don't have to. But anyway, this is it. Thank you for watching. I will see you again in another video tomorrow. P.S. There's a really lovely view from the window, as you can see. So much sky.